Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We now know the final base roster character for the launch of City of the Wolves, and that is Hokutomaru. You're looking at actual proper game footage here. We do have a trailer, and we're going to break down the trailer. Don't worry about that. But there is an EVO event going on right now where many high-level players are basically showcasing the game with a wide variety of the roster. And just to put it out there, I know we've had a lot to say about the guest characters over the last while. I personally don't care for Ronaldo myself, but Salvatore Ganacci, given the gameplay I've been seeing a little bit, actually he's kind of growing on me. I think he's kind of funny. I dig it. But we've talked our Swedish DJ already, right? So let's talk Hokutomaru. He's the other character you're seeing on screen right now. What is he all about? So Hokutomaru is the spunky little lad from Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves. The thing is, though, he's not so little anymore. There's a few years that have gone by between Mark of the Wolves and City of the Wolves, and he's grown up a bit. He's still definitely no adult, right? He's a teenager now versus he was outright just like a little kid before. And some of the moves you're seeing on screen, you're like, wait a second, have I seen some of these moves before? And yes, you have. So Hokutomaru is a student of Shiranui style martial arts. This is the same style of fighting as my Shiranui and Andy Bogard. Now, just to note, he is a lot closer to Andy's style than Mai's. He is specifically Andy's student. And just to get out of your head, because I know some people think this, no, he is not Mai and Andy's son. Mai and Andy have been together for quite some time, especially as of City of the Wolves, and their relationship has never been officially consummated. I don't think Andy knows how that works, to be honest with you. Like, if you give him some alone time, Andy just like, oh, cool, I can now work out in peace. Thanks, Mai, you can go do something else. So yeah, Hokutomaru is Shiranui affiliated, but not Shiranui related. And even though he has many Shiranui stylings, he's still very much his own thing, right? He's not just exactly Andy Bogard. He's got some fun tricks to himself. Not the least of which is, say, like movement-wise, right? In a game with, I guess you would call mostly fairly standard 2D movement, he's a character with a double jump. So Hokutomaru in this game's very tricky compared to a lot of the rest of the roster. As far as the lore goes, Hokutomaru was a little bit of a wild boy who lived in the mountains. And now Uncle Terry, unquote here, is helping him adjust to the city life to get his training up to the next step. City life has definitely already changed him because he's got very stylish clothes now compared to the rags he used to wear before, and he's rocking a pretty decent haircut. So that's some Hokutomaru 101 here. Now let's go into the trailer and see all the fun stuff he has to show us. So one part is the grand stage mystery is finally unveiled and revealed once and for all here, because we're all the way back at the amusement park. You may recall from videos past on the channel that I was on the finest copium that if we have the amusement park, that means Raiden has to be in the game. And that dream is finally, unfortunately, officially dead. Sorry to everyone in the comments who got in arguments about this, because I just wanted it so bad. But no, this is indeed Hokutomaru's stage. So as the trailer starts here, we have our new older Hokutomaru with his new stylish look. Once again, he's not wearing his rags anymore. And, well, we open with the auto combo, but you can tell early on, okay, he's taking that training from Andy pretty seriously because we're doing a lot of Shiranui style moves. We got the mule kick, we got the Zanai Ken, the elbow. We get a glimpse into his projectile game, and it's pretty good because his projectiles, he can throw multiple ninja stars. You can lose a star to basically weaken the overall projectile, but you'll destroy their projectile while yours still goes through. So basically, you can win zoning wars just by virtue of you're able to throw more garbage on the screen. And just like in Mark of the Wolves, he also has air projectiles as well, so he can cover lots of possible angles. Projectile game's quite strong. Here we can see he's grounded in airborne rev attacks, the rev blows, and these are cool, like they explode before he does the thing, like it's a nice visual flair for sure. Next up, just a little showcase of the usual combo system stuff, so get our hit into our EX, into EX Rev Excel cancel, and then from there, hey, we can end with an SPG, a rev blow attack, so let's do it and finish him off. So here, mule kick is break cancelable, so this is where I'm assuming a lot of this combo runs are going to come from because it's an easy launcher, and then from here, we go into a level 2. So this is actually a classic returning move here, so he gets the scroll up and then does Shiranui Nimpo. But of course, now the story's moving forward, right? His moveset's also moving forward a bit too. Because yes, we're seeing a lot of Andy moves, as you do. And these are moves he already had before regardless. But we're seeing new Andy moves. Like here, let's take in the Zetsu Hishoken. This is straight out of Andy's playbook. And of course, whenever Andy becomes a character as well, he's going to be DLC. I'm sure he'll have his own new stuff as well. But yeah, so he's definitely taken from Andy's vibe, for sure. And of course, we got the big cinematic hidden gear, the big be-all, end-all super move. So first up here is an icon, that's from Andy. But here, now we're going into Deadly Ninja Bees. This is from Mai, right? And now he's using Mai's move against her. I think that's pretty cool. Then hits with a Shoryudan, that's the Shiranui style uppercut, and then going kind of turbo down into the big mule kick again. And then the big cinematic, proper ninja style explosion, as a Shiranui should. And that's the trailer, although that's not all what we know just yet. So we did have that exhibition, and we've learned that he's got a lot more projectiles than the old Hokutomaru from 20 plus years ago. He can do things like angle them upwards. When it comes to other old moves returning as well, he does maintain some of his teleport shenanigans. As mentioned at the top of the video, he keeps all of his double jump shenanigans, so he can be really tricky in this game. So it's just one of those deals where the trailer doesn't always tell you everything, right? And I guess neither should it. And there's probably even a bit more to be explained or explored. His command list isn't live as of the time of me making this video, so hey, who knows? But Hokutomaru is our last mainline base roster promised character. And then from here on out, we have those DLC characters to come. Maybe there'll be a surprise or two. SNK has been known to do it. Like, say, surprise Rugal and Gonitz for King of Fighters 15. Stranger things have happened, right? Let's see how that works out. But that's the overall main roster. Now, of course, I don't want to say glaring omissions, because it's certainly not glaring, but we are missing Jae-hoon and Freeman. A glaring omission would be someone like Terry or Rock. These guys, not as much, honestly. Freeman looks cool, but like mechanically, he's one of the dullest characters ever made in fighting game history. And Jae-hoon, I'd rather an empty slot than Jae-hoon, to be honest with you. So hey, thumbs up. We got most of the Mark of the Wolves roster, and obviously we have people like Mai Shiranui, who was not in Mark of the Wolves, and she's kind of a bigger deal. I know some people will be disappointed, but overall, you gotta look at it for what it really is. I think this is a strong roster. Past that, I know people want Blue Mary, they want Duck King, and to that end, SNK has promised years, with an S, of support for the game for DLC, so maybe not Season 1, but hey, keep your eyes open for Season 2 and beyond. If you're going to have multiple years of DLC, you kind of can't have everyone, right? That's why the trend for Street Fighter is now you buy Akuma. Why do you buy Akuma instead of Akuma being base roster? Because they know you're going to buy him. And if you apply that cold marketing logic, will people buy Blue Mary? Yeah, it's a pretty good way to get people motivated for a new season of a game. You don't gotta love it, but that's the reality of it, right? Or maybe Season 2 will be free like Season 1 DLC is. Imagine if they did that. I think that would soothe over a lot of bad feelings, honestly. Probably not, though. I think that's wishing for a little bit too much. But still, anyways, so that is the Hokutomaru trailer. That is our last character trailer before launch. And then from here on out, we'll see what the future holds for us. And of course, come launch, I'll have all sorts of guides, all sorts of coverage. So look forward to that. That all said, though, my friends, that is the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Fatal Fury.